Ladies and gentlemen, parents, grandparents, aunts, uncles, cousins, friends, neighbors, faculty, staff, coaches, people who flew from out of town to be here, people who walked a couple blocks around the corner to be here. In the class of 2016, congratulations. And congratulations to all of you, everybody I named. Because when you talk about somebody from the class of 2016, when you talk about somebody from Frankfort, you're not just talking about that person. You're talking about their teammates. You're talking about their coaches. You're talking about their coworkers and their friends. You're talking about all of us. That's what Frankfort is. It's a community, it's a family, and it's a continuum. But today we're here to celebrate you guys, you 38. What we're here to celebrate was not a lucky shot. It wasn't staying up all night and cramming for a test. It wasn't an accident. It was sustained effort. It was hard work for years and years. Years of determination, years of focus, heartbreak, triumph. You never gave up. You should be very, very proud of yourselves. That's part one of the speech. Part two is called Prove It. And the alternate titles are So What? And Your Turn. So, okay, maybe you were a football or basketball star, and maybe good grades came really easy for you. Maybe high school was easy. Now it's your time to prove it. Prove to the rest of the world that you have a voice. And go make your mark. This isn't a taunt or even a challenge, it's an opportunity. Frankfort is a special place. It's small, but it's mighty. Now it's up to you to prove it and to bring that magic to the rest of the world. That's what I've spent my life trying to do so far, and now it's your turn. The alternate title of the section, So What? Maybe you didn't have such an easy time here. Maybe you struggled with these classes, maybe you didn't really like sports, maybe you didn't really feel like you fit in, maybe it's kind of a miracle that you made it to graduation. Well, you did, here, you made it. And tomorrow the rest of your life begins, and the rest of the world, whether it's employers, new friends, whatever they are, they don't care if you had a 4-point or if you barely squeezed through. All they care about is if you work hard, if you're kind, and adapt quickly. We're all here together. We're all in this together. So I fell more into the second category when I was in Frankfort. High school was very difficult. I got good grades, but I didn't really feel smart. I was a decent athlete, but I wasn't really exceptional. And I felt sad and confused a lot of the time. I didn't really feel like I belonged. I wasn't so sure I belonged even on Earth necessarily. And whether you feel that way or not, I can tell you that the world is full of people who do feel that way. And whether you had an easy time or a hard time, you're going to make great friends. You're going to have great experiences. You're going to laugh so hard you cry, and it's part of being great. Okay, first two sections. Okay. Now, I feel like as a commencement speaker, I'm supposed to give some sort of advice, some encouragement, some well wishes, some words of wisdom that unlock the keys to success. And it doesn't exist. But I did decide that I'm going to tell you what I tell myself whenever I start a project, whenever I get stuck on something, and every morning when I wake up. This is what like my mantra that I live by. I haven't really ever told anybody this. And it's not very exciting, but I thought, like, if it's a graduation speech, it's time to, like, really give the real, unfiltered truth here. Anyway, so I found that this is what helps me out every day. So my key to success is every day when I wake up, I say to myself, I work harder than anybody. And I say this because I know there are people more talented than me. I know there are people smarter than me. I know there are people that are more, graceful socially, less awkward, and so on. But I know that I can outwork all of them. That's one thing I can control. I can outwork anyone. And I don't even know if it's true necessarily. I know that everybody works hard. Everybody on Earth is fighting a hard battle. We're all trying to just get through. But that's what I tell myself. I work harder than anybody. And it feels silly every time I say it, especially if I speak it out loud. Because I know it's obvious. And I know you guys all know this because you're here. You got here. You graduated. You won championships. You graduated and excelled. So I know you know that hard work is important, but don't forget it. it's not about comparing yourself to anybody else. It's not about working harder than your neighbor or your friend or whatever. It's about working harder than you can, harder than you did yesterday, and doing the absolute best you can every single day. It's about learning, and it's about surprising yourself. It's about giving a little more than you thought you were capable of. So that's really the only advice I have to give. Do a little better, try a little harder, be a little more soft, and a little more understanding and patient than you were the day before. And also, as a corollary to this, give yourself a break sometimes. Sometimes for me, working hard is about taking a break. It's about taking a walk, or baking a pie, or taking some deep breaths. Being alive is very complicated, and there's no shame in asking for help, and taking a nap, or treating yourself to an ice cream every once in a while. So, life is going to surprise you. It'll take you down paths you didn't expect, even when you're 100% certain right now that you want. So be open to change. Be open to those surprises. View obstacles as blessings, chances to come up with solutions you wouldn't have thought of otherwise. Sometimes the universe is going to present you with an obvious, easy path. Maybe you know where you're going to go to school and what your job is, and it just kind of locks into place. But that's not always going to happen. You can be open to that. You can be grateful for it when it happens. But sometimes life is kind of like jamming two puzzle pieces together, and it doesn't fit. But you mash them, and like maybe put some water on it, and smush it till it works. And that's kind of what life takes sometimes. And that's kind of the blessing of being human, is that you get to decide which is which. Maybe you want to fight through something, or maybe you want to try something else. You just have to be open. You have to be, accepting, and caring, and compassionate, and just kind of make all these moments into whatever you want your life to be. When I left Frankfurt, it's kind of a cozy, small, wonderful place, but it also makes like moving to New York a little scary. So I also want to encourage you to not be afraid of anything, because you were well prepared. I can assure you that you're well prepared as graduates of Frankfort High School to go anywhere and to do anything. And don't ever let anybody make you feel differently or feel smaller, or like since you came from a small town, you're not just as smart, just as talented, and just as fast, just as strong as anybody else. So don't be afraid of anything. Don't be cynical. Be gracious, be kind, and care. When you're trying hard, it's important to care and let yourself care. It's cool to care. It's cool to go the extra mile and to care and to do your very best. Be patient with others and yourself. If you don't know what you want to do with your life, that's okay. You don't have to know yet. You don't really ever have to know. You just have to kind of live it and get through it and enjoy it and be nice. Don't hold on to regrets, past injustices. Just use them to fuel your fire and make people better. Maybe you felt like you were unfairly treated by a coach or something. Maybe you don't know why you had to learn calculus. All these things are important and valuable, but only if you don't let them come alive. They're only important and valuable if you learn from them, and you can connect the dots of these moments in the past to your present and to where you want to be in the future. Life is a long process, and even though it hurts a lot of the time, we're very lucky to on this planet together. So, here we are. The graduating class of 2016. You're about to go home, maybe go to a party, and then soon it is time to go out into the world. Whether that means college, working here in town, or something else entirely, things are different. Because you're graduates. You've achieved something important. You've achieved something monumental. And it's your turn now to explore, to help others, to be true to yourselves, to try foods you've never heard of, to fall in and out of love, to learn, to teach, to grow. Take good care of yourselves. Take good care of others. Take good care of your friends. Another thing about Frankfort that I'm lucky enough to have found out over the years, friendship around here is lifelong. And whatever you do, wherever life takes you, a network of Panthers have your back no matter what. Wish you all the best.